So this is my home. This is a 40-foot shipping container. We survive solely on rainwater, which we get a lot of in Scotland. Living off grid, is it the dream? You don't need to live like a caveman even though you're living off grid. Like, you can have everything that you require. We still live a normal life, but apart from you're not tied down to paying all those bills every month. So this is my shipping container home, so come on inside.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're meeting up with Robyn, who's living off-grid in a self-converted shipping container.
We get a full tour of everything going on the land and get to see inside the shipping container home, so stick around for that. And we hope that you enjoy the video. Let us know in the comments what you think, and if you like it and want to see more content like this, then make sure you're subscribed. Back to it.
I'm Robyn. I live off-grid in Scotland inside a 40-foot shipping container. We've been living here now about a year. I was basically just living a normal life like everybody else does, sort of semi-detached house in a small village, working non-stop as always, but probably working more hours now, but I just don't get paid for them. I've always wanted to live on a sort of small holding or own a farm, be a little bit more self-sufficient, but given the property market and all that now, it's impossible for somebody like of our age to sort of get on the property market and then actually even buying a normal house, never mind like thinking, oh, I'm going to go and buy a farm or something like that. It's just like impossible to do. So I decided to go down the sort of off-grid route and look at just alternative ways of living on land without having to buy a full-blown farm that's going to be like £1 million. I've been looking for land for like probably longer, 5 years or more, and I was bidding on bits of land, but it's quite hard to even get accepted for a bit of land because a lot of like building companies come along and snap them up, pay crazy money. It's quite hard to even get your bid accepted because I was bidding on bits and sometimes I would just like throw in like a crazy bid that was like twice what they were asking for just to see, and I wasn't even getting accepted. So I eventually came across this bit of land, but it's actually been on the market for like 6 years and various people had been bidding on it, had it under offer loads of times, and then loads of people had pulled out, basically because there's a issue with the water supply and a slight issue with the electric supply. But for me to live off grid here was perfect, so it was like it was just waiting for me. It's quite hard to get actual planning permission to live on land, but when I bought this bit of land, it has planning permission for a 4-bed house, so I'm able to live here building the house.
Is there a time limit on that?
No, so once you've started work and your building warrant's all in place, you've just got to be seen to be actively building the property. Some councils in some areas do put a time limit on it, so you just have to check that out. But as long as you've been seen to be actively building it, then you're a self-builder essentially, and you can stay on the land as you're building. So I live on this plot of land which is 6.9 acres, and on the land we've got an old derelict steading which has got planning permission. Whilst we're building the steading, we live inside a 40-foot shipping container. This is Begbie, the sheep. The land goes all the way to that far corner, and just past the far corner over there's a bit of rough ground, and you'll see the tree line along there. That's where our pigs and everything are. And this area here we have for exercising our dogs, and the rest of the field is pretty much a working farm. So we've got them all separated into smaller paddocks so that we can rotate them round, so it gives a field a rest, allows the grass to grow. The chickens come in sort of after the sheep, and it helps fertilise all the grass as well. So this is my home. This is a 40-foot shipping container. We survive solely on rainwater, which we get a lot of in Scotland. We put a roof over our container, which is around 16 foot by 40 foot, and it goes into this 5,000 litre tank. It does all our water for our washing and doing our dishes, and the dogs and the sheep. They've got their own rainwater harvesting on their shed, so they get plenty of water over there as well. So this is our gas bottle that provides all the hot water and gas for cooking. It's around £94 and that lasts us about 6 months. This is our container of doom. This is where we store all our stuff. So this Vectron system provides everything that we need to live off grid. And we've got all our battery bank here, and this is our boiler. So the water flows in, goes up through the pump. There's like different filters here, and here we've got our UV filter. So we've got two 40-foot shipping containers that sort of sit parallel to each other, and one of them sort of like for the main living area, and then the second one is just a wee sort of kitchenette area and a wee living room for my dogs to snuggle in. And they're designed so that they can be separated and moved. So we've just got our freezer in there and a generator that's sort of stored in there at the minute. There is a washing machine, but whether we'll ever have enough electricity to power a washing machine is another thing. To do all my washing up, I take all my clothes to one of those on-street washing facilities that you pay like a £5 for, and you just stick all your clothes in the washing machine. So we've got all our logs stored here. I done this as like a trade for a trade. So instead of buying loads of logs, I helped somebody out with their dog, and in return, instead of payment, they gave me loads and loads of logs. So that's me sorted probably for the next year. This is our porch area out the front, which is south facing, so we get a lot of nice sunshine, and we're able to sit out here in the mornings and have a brew. We've got some logs here as well, so we've got plenty of logs to keep us going throughout the winter. And we have our barbecue area, which was our main cooking area while we were building the place. I picked that up on Facebook Marketplace for £20. So this area here is where we have all our solar panels. We're south facing, so we get a lot of sun throughout the day, so we get plenty of electricity from these. It's free energy from the sun, and we're able to run our freezer, our fridge, our air fryer if we like. It runs everything that we need from it. This is my little vegetable garden. We've got plenty of stuff growing. I've also planted loads of apple trees and a plum tree at the end. We've got carrots and onions growing. We've got our lettuce. We've got turnips growing. These are my potato lasagnas, which are like just loads of potatoes like layered up here. I wanted to grow potatoes, but I couldn't be bothered digging them out of the ground, so I'll just tip these over once they've finished growing, and it should have loads and loads of potatoes in there. This is essentially my polytunnel, but I thought polytunnels were really ugly, so I wanted to create a dome one. I've got loads of tomatoes, we've got more lettuce, we've got loads of strawberries growing, sweet corn, beetroot, we've got sprouts, we have courgettes, we've got everything. So here we're going into the sheep's field, and this is where we keep our chickens, some of our sheep and our rabbits. So these are our meat rabbits. They're pretty self-sufficient. The feed to meat ratio is phenomenal. When I told my friends that I was raising animals for meat, they sort of looked at me as if I was a and then I'm like, well, you go to KFC, yeah? So, but the meat that you're buying from KFC is like horrendous, so. These are laying hens that produce all our eggs. Everything's free range here, so they can roam around. I think it's around 5 acres they've got to roam around. The brown hens there, they actually came as rescue chickens. So when they came, they had no feathers. So now they've got a great life out here. These are cats. They're called Bonnie and Clyde. They are our local rat catchers. They've been raised around the chickens, so they don't bother them. The chickens have told them who the boss is. So they like it out here though. Normally all the eggs are up here because this is our favourite spot. So you can see there. Now we're going through to see the pigs. These guys are my 6 Kunnikin pigs. I show the females at agricultural shows and they're helping us clear the ground. So this area of the farm is like really rough ground. So the pigs do a good job at rooting up all the ground and eating the reeds and the brambles. So hopefully in the future we can sort of do different things with this side of the farm.
What's the motive for you to live off-grid, to live this way?
If you had asked me this during COVID, it probably would have been a bit more of a complex answer. Because you sort of dive down those rabbit holes, don't you? But now it's probably more to live a sort of healthier lifestyle out with the sort of rat race. I really just wanted to escape the rat race, have a bit more value in different things in life rather than just constantly, like, everybody gets trapped in and we're all like chasing the paper. Like, we've all put value on this wee bit of paper that we think is like of value, and we're all constantly like grinding and basically like we're like slaves to the system now. Everybody's ticked up to their eyeballs and like driving BMWs, living in like semi-detached houses. They've got their kitchen on tick, their sofas on tick. Like, it just wasn't the life that I wanted. I wanted some more value, and it sounds silly, but growing my potatoes, like just being in the garden and doing all my animals, like there's just so much value in that for me. Spending time with my pigs and just everything like that, yeah.
So you think you've got more of like a purposeful life here?
Yeah, there's definitely more purpose in it. And obviously we're all consuming like all this food from the supermarkets, which is absolutely full of like chemicals and horrendous things. But now I'm hoping to be a lot more self-sufficient, and if anything was to happen in the world, like, we're probably sorted because we've got our veggies and our eggs and we're producing our own meat, and everything's a lot healthier as well. So there's no chemicals used. I save so much money just living off grid. I've not got any outgoings in terms of like lecky or water or gas or anything like that. Our gas bottle would probably last us like 6 months, and that's about £94. Our lecky is obviously free because it comes from the sun. We've got our solar panel set up, and our water, we have our rainwater harvesting system. So we've got everything that we sort of need, and it's a lot cheaper. So this is my shipping container home, so come on inside. So as we come in, we've got our living room, which is just a wee corner sofa here, and there's plenty of storage and everything under there. And we have our stove, which kept us warm throughout the entire winter. We've got a couple of radiators now, but we done last winter just with our stove, but now we're posh and we've got gas heating, so that's great. So this area is our kitchen, which does lead all the way through here. So we've got all our food here and our plates. We've got a fridge here, and we've got a freezer down here again as well, and we've got our sink. So we picked this kitchen up online. Somebody was getting rid of it. We've just sort of cut it down all to size to fit in this space. So it's nice to be able to reuse different materials and things like that people were getting rid of. I really wanted to look out over the hills. I've always dreamed of like living somewhere that I could just look out over the hills, so I wanted like loads of big windows. I wanted it to be as close to a house as possible. In my old house, I always liked having the cooking area with a breakfast bar, so that when you've got friends and that over, you can be cooking and chatting to them. So I wanted to have a breakfast bar that I was able to do that with, and just plenty of storage. And obviously a wine cooler, because that's the most important thing. A 40-foot one-ship container is around £4,200. The value goes up and down all the time, but I chose one of the ones with a higher ceiling, so when you come in it doesn't seem so compact, it looks like a much bigger space. We've got a small hallway here that leads through into the bedroom, but here we've got our rustic bathroom. We've got our shower area here, and we made this sink as well. We just put concrete inside an old plant pot and then just cut it down and made our sink. We've got these taps in Morocco, and we've got our composting toilet there, which goes up out here in a fan system, so it just sucks up all the smell and everything like that. It goes out. So we wanted to keep the bathroom like really quite rustic, sort of industrial feel, so that's why we chose just to use the OSB board, which we then sealed with polyurethane. We used the corrugated iron for around the shower area as well. And we made our own shower base, and that's just concrete again with a waterproofer put through it. And this is our bedroom, which is not finished completely yet, but we've got storage under here. The bed lifts up and the window opens right up, so you can look out and a nice view. We live very comfortably, even in such a small space. We manage fine. Like, it's got everything that you need. You don't need to live like a caveman, even though you're living off grid. Like, you can have everything that you require just to lead a normal life. Like, we still live a normal life, but apart from you're not tied down to paying all those bills every month. I don't know the exact total of everything, but the land itself was £185,000 to buy. I was able to afford all this because I've got a sugar daddy and he pays for it all. I just put on his tab. No, I was able to afford all this because I remortgaged my house that I was living in for like 8 years. I'd paid off like quite a lot of that just by living in it for that length of period of time, and I used the equity out of my house to be able to buy this place. And I saved a lot on labour because Luke is very handy, so he worked on building sites throughout his life, so he's done a great job of helping me build the place up. Living off grid, is it the dream? I would say it is if you're resilient, like I said, because it's really hard work. It's not an easy way of life for anybody, even if you're it's all kitted out. Like, if you buy like a static caravan and put it on your land and it's all kitted out, like, there's still everything that happens on the land or on the farm, you've got to repair it and fix it, and just keep on top of everything as well. Like, unless you've got people working on the land with you, it's a hard task, even just cutting the grass. But yeah, it is a great way of life. Don't let me put you off by saying that. Like, but it is hard work, yeah. My most favourite thing would be like just having a brew out on the porch and listening to the birds. There's like no sound, there's no cars, there's no neighbours peeping over the fence. Like, do you know what I mean? It's nice, it's peaceful. It's actually really hard just to get me to leave the farm now. My friends are like, can we meet up? And I'm like, busy. Not even busy, I just don't want to see anybody. No, because everybody thinks like when you live off grid you're a weirdo and all that, but then I think you actually become a weirdo living off grid because you don't want to leave because it's so peaceful here. When you actually go into somewhere that's like really busy, you're like, oh no, too much people in now. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and your least favourite thing, it can't all be roses?
Oh, emptying the compost toilet would be my least favourite thing to do. Yeah, it's never a pretty sight. I definitely think it is achievable for anybody to live like this, and it doesn't matter like your financial background or whatever when it comes to this. And you may think it would, but like a lot of people do on other people's farmland, say, so you don't even need to own your own land. But if you were to go and buy your own land, that becomes a wee bit more trickier, but you can go places and it's a lot cheaper. Like, I live in central Scotland, so it's a wee bit more pricey for land here, but if you were to go north of Scotland, it's way more accessible for everybody's different financial sort of aspects of it. But when it comes to actually building the property, you can pick loads of stuff up for free if you're willing to go out your way to do that. Like, I've got a full like hedge line up there that would have cost hundreds of pounds, but somebody had dug it up out their garden and you just go pick it up for them, just like basically disposing of their garden waste, and I just put it in the ground again and just waited for it to grow. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and you can find me on TikTok and Instagram as the Wee Bohemian Life. Thanks for watching, yeah.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in there, and a big thanks to Robyn for sharing the story with us and showing us around.
Make sure to follow her on the socials. All the links for that will be down below in the description. And we hope that you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments what you think and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want to see more content like this, then make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.